Hello, so welcome to this channel. In this video, we are going to discuss my 2023 UPSC mains mark sheet. We are going to look at my marks and assess the return on investment in each subject. We will check how my approach in individual papers has fared. And in this video, we are going to also try to find an answer for these two questions. We're going to analyze the conditions before the exam. This was my first mains, and there was a 3-month gap between the prelims and the mains. And as usual, I wasted one entire month before beginning to prepare for mains. And another thing was that I literally gave only one mock test before sitting in the final examination, and that was 15 days before the examination. The mock I had given was for me to assess if I would be able to complete the paper in time or not. That was my only assessment that I wanted to make. I was not looking at how many marks I would get. I just wanted to finish the papers in time. And in 15 days, with one mock experience and literally zero full length test experience for my optional, I went for the mains exam. And in the mains exam, my only motive was to answer the thing and finish the paper within 3 hours, just rush. So I wrote in paragraph style because that was more convenient for me. I could write faster in paragraph style, and I attempted the entire paper, all the papers, entire mains in paragraph style. I don't know anybody else who has done this. I have written the entire examination in the paragraph style. You see my marks here, 692. The cutoff was 742, and I've seen so many people must have written in bullet points, etc., but have scored less than me. So looking at the marks here, essay 89, and I really screwed it up. I wanted to score about 130 in essay, and if I had, I would have qualified perhaps. And I couldn't crack the essay code. That's what this means. I thought I had written great essays, but now I understand that it was not structured well. There is area that I have to improve in, and we will. Now GS1, I scored 92, and I've observed in this year's mark sheets, a lot of people have scored less in GS1 because the questions took a few people by surprise. They asked about fjords and seasonal winds, etc. A few people were taken by surprise, and people scored a bit on the lower side in GS1, but my marks were fine, and this was only perhaps the second GS1 paper I had written. GS2, I got 102, and I know I have actually messed up in governance, and otherwise I would have scored a little bit more than that also. And in political science first paper, I scored 132. Both these papers totally written in paragraph style. In GS2, the entire paper was written in a paragraph style. Difficult to believe even. I myself was pretty perplexed with how I had attempted the paper, but I had written all the dense stuff and meaningful analysis. So that kind of worked. So I here understand that my political science, GS2, polity is my strength. That's a great discovery for me, and perhaps this is what the mocks are for you to discover your strengths and weaknesses, etc. And I discovered that directly after the examination. Now that the mark sheet has been released, that was a drawback. That's why mocks become important. GS paper 3, 73. I'm not really ashamed of myself here, because this was expected, and I had messed up a couple of questions in GS3, and also GS3 in general everybody has scored a little less. With 73, the only way forward from here is increase in marks. GS4, I was expecting good 100 plus marks in GS4 because I thought the paper was flawless. But I guess I failed to crack the code once again, just like in the essay. There was something more that would have made them like my answers more. PSIR paper 2 107. I had no idea what I was going to get, but this is pretty satisfying for me. It all means that I'm in the right direction. And I had zero mock experience. My only motive was to finish the paper, and the stuff I had written in political science paper 1, which involves the polity, it just tells me that my approach is in the right direction, both in GS2 and political science, and there's only growth to look forward to. And in second paper, international relations, which is, I'm not very disappointed that I got 107 because for the effort that I had put into it, 107 seems acceptable for me. By the way, I scored 192 marks in Telugu. That is really, I mean, my family was worried that I wouldn't qualify Telugu in the first place. Anyway, this is okay. So the overall final mark was 692 and the cutoff was 742. So what do I draw from this analysis is the question. I'm okay with the paragraph style of answering. My marks don't seem to be drastically affected by my paragraph style of writing, but this doesn't mean I'm going to go with the paragraph style in future also, but I'm going to evolve my own style, the paragraph style, into bullet points. I'm going to gradually break my paragraphs into pieces and points and have a structure. I will still use the paragraph style, but try to improve it. My paragraphs were good enough, but by breaking into parts, it makes it easier for the examiner to perhaps go through my answers. There's a lot of improvement required. There's a lot of work required on my paragraph style. The second thing is mocks. Lack of mock experience made me run after time. But with mock, the thing is you become fast enough that you are sure to complete the paper, and you can then frame your answers in a better way if you have enough experience with finishing the paper on time. You can then dare to think of structuring the answers in a better way. Editorial analysis, this is what I've been doing since quite a few months now, and this is what is needed for my GS3 marks, I guess. This is going to be my approach for GS3. I've been collecting editorials from every day, from the newspapers every day, since quite a few months, and I'm going to start individual playlists for individual subjects with daily editorial analysis. And I'll be explaining to myself, making notes from the editorials that I've collected for the entire year. Anyway, essay and ethics. I know there is something to be cracked in the essay. Perhaps it's more of a mental work. It's more about the way you think. It's more about how you express what you think, how you structure your presentation. It'll be improved with practice. And ethics, I was not bad in ethics, but I was not great. You have to score 120 plus in ethics, and for that maybe we'll have to introspect, look into ourselves and improve the writing style and thought process, collect examples, think about ethics, etc. We'll find the code for ethics also. And my PSIR, I'm weak in the governance part of the GS2. I feel so, and I used to feel I was weak at political science too, but my marks say otherwise. But PSIR, I literally had no mock experience. This time it should be different. I'm going to write my answers and attempt full length tests and also get a review. I'm going to take some guidance for PSIR. I'm going to get my answers reviewed also. So this is the way forward. And for now, prelims is just about 40 odd days away. And we have all been toiling in this summer heat to finish these current affair magazines and static books. In the next video, perhaps we'll talk about prelims. And I wish all of you who are appearing for pre this year all the best.